Alright guys, it's Ken Scott back again. I wanted to bring you guys a quick video on sex assault convictions that require US entry waivers. This is actually my third take on this video because we got some new software today and the first two episodes did not turn out well. So I think I've got it right now. Hopefully so. Anyway, so this video is more so for a gentleman I'm going to refer to as Mr. Joint. Mr. Joint is a member of a special online room regarding these border crossing issues. And anyway, the point is with Mr. Joint, he has a sex assault conviction, I believe. So every time I try to offer my opinion to Mr. Joint, there's a certain mellow fellow in the room that likes to interject and prevent people from obtaining the necessary info. I'm not going to bash this mellow fellow now. He knows who he is, but for whatever reason, this mellow fellow is extremely jealous of us because I don't know if it's because we got the locations in Europe, USA, and BC, or the other things we've been successful in. I just don't know. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. So anyway, so Mr. Joint, uh, this right here is a waiver denial letter from one of our clients. Mind you, he did not get denied from us, but he went to a discount waiver company and he got screwed. Anyway, so it says you're inadmissible to the USA under section yada yada, etc., etc., etc. And Mr. Joint, your denial letter should look something like this. Now, in the other two videos, I said that the fact that when you do a waiver, guys, and they ask for purpose for entering, you never ever say pleasure travel only. Reason being is because the fact that if you say this and then you want to enter the USA, let's say to go to a seminar where you can buy property or look at investing into a business or something like that, the guard can say, "Oh, that's not pleasure, sir. That's business category only, and your waiver is only good for pleasure." Because again, these I'm just gonna say DWC, which like David William Charlie. DWC means discount waiver company, in particular Ontario. These DWCs don't understand the various parts of this process. They don't really understand about the visa categories. You know, Canadians are visa exempt, but every Canadian that enters is still under a category. In this case, it's B1, B2. B1's business, B2's for pleasure. So you never ever do a waiver that says pleasure only, because if the guy wants B1, he's screwed. The guard can say go home. And that's only the fault of the gentleman for hiring the DWC. So let me go down, let's arrow down further now. They also submitted only 3 letters of reference, which is a big mistake, because there's no way 3 letters of reference are going to fly on a sex assault or sex offense waiver. Personal statement, they allowed him to write his own, big mistake. The gentleman put a lot of stuff in there that was used against him, but it's not his fault because the gentleman does not, do this work for a living. So I cannot really blame him. The DWC should have caught this though, but they didn't. Then the ARO then submitted what's called a request for information. I think it's an I-72. It's when they write back to you and ask you for more info on your case. So you guys got to be careful uh, when you provide this info back to this agency, because if you provide something that can bite you, it can really hurt you. And by the way, I should come out and say this: none of this is legal advice, so it's not to be construed as it. It's just what we've learned based upon our experience. So you guys can do your cases however you see fit, but I'm telling you what we do and how it works, how we get people cleared. So actually, this is only 1% of how we get people cleared, just so the DWCs can't reverse engineer it and try to undercut us. And more stuff about the supplemental statement, yada yada. Some bad stuff that was placed in there that's bit him. Let's get down to the good parts here. The good part is the analyses. And this is what we do with each particular case. We do a very thorough analysis. So, Mr. Joint, on your denial letter, you probably saw some verbiage such as this. Few crimes as serious as sex offenses. Additionally, review legislation, yada yada. Adam Walsh Child Protection Safety Act, yada yada. Mr. Joint, you've already seen this, so. So what they've done in his case, his conviction was 01, okay, and as I said, a certain city in British Columbia, and he completed the terms of his judgment 06. Yeah, fine, fair enough. He filed his waiver March 2017. Now the DWCs will tell you that after 5 years you're guaranteed to get approved. That's a crock of BS. You can see it right here. His thing is 01. 17 years later, and it says 11 years from completion. He still got denied. They still said it's recent. The 5 years is not for each and every case. It depends. Certain cases is longer, certain ones is less. And I'm not going to go into which ones are longer or less because I'm not giving the DWCs any helpful info. I have the charts which ones do fall in that category, but I'm not going to talk about it here. Insufficient evidence of reformation and rehabilitation. They didn't properly document his case to show that he was rehabilitated. Border basically thought, well, we did it once. How do we know you're not going to do it again? So this was a major trap right here, and he fell into it. Lack of articulated remorse or personal responsibility. This is also bad. In his statement, he didn't accept how can I say it? Enough responsibility. There's a way you have to say it. There's a certain way you have to say it. You just can't say, oh, I'm responsible. It doesn't work. There's a certain way you have to say it. It's actually a way you have to present it. And it was not done properly. And I put trap here. I guess it's my atrocious handwriting. Because in his supplemental statement, he put some other stuff in there that was not good. And basically this says his rehabilitation and other items they did not buy. So bottom line, he got denied. Okay, so then we go to the sheets, SORNA sheets. Okay, so for this SORNA classification, anytime there's a sex assault offense that's pending for a waiver, they use the SORNA classification tier system. Now, you always want to be under tier 1 as much as possible, which this gentleman actually was initially. The 15 years, he beat that. 10 years clean record. So he basically had beaten this, but he lost because of other stuff that they put in his packet that sank his ship, so to speak. And tier 2 is getting worse. You're punished for 25 years. As I said, this one's 15. 25 years. This one talks about more stuff like coercion, enticement, transporting minors under 18 USC, committing an act against a minor 13 years or older, abusive sexual contact, use of a minor sexual performance. So yeah, I mean, if you can, this is great. This one is not the best. This tier 3 is the one you want to avoid. You don't want tier 3 because that's lifetime. This one, tier 3, it's massive work to get cleared. So I want to let you guys know it's massive work. So it is what it is. Essentially, it's like a salmon swimming upstream against the current. Although in this case, tier 3 might be considered the salmon swimming upstream against a waterfall. Yeah, tier 2 will be current. Tier 3 is waterfall. It's still possible, but it's massive work. But now here's the good parts. Here we go. Okay, so what happens when these types of cases go to the ARO for adjudication, the sex assault offenses, they form certain boards to also adjudicate these. And this board was formed December 2017. Board members FW, JS, TQ, it looks like. Program manager, whoever that is. Again, pleasure travel only. That's stupid if you put that in there. This was his info and birthday we took out. He's Canadian. Prior waivers and dates. So this was the first one. That's why they're putting on it here. Yeah, his conviction's 01. That's fine. Detail, sex assault, 271 sex assault. See, he was in tier 1. So he had beaten actually the other stuff. But see right here, it says insufficient info for determination of tiers for Sorner. This is why they sent the I-72. Now, if he came to us and we had this, there's a certain thing you can do with this that will, how can I say it? It will essentially cause the gentleman to get approved. This right here is the kiss of death. You guys really have to be careful with this one. And I won't go into any more detail regarding this one just yet. And this is my atrocious handwriting. Bear with me. It appears that they could not make a determination as to what tier to place him in. They wrote to him asking for more info. Okay. Now look at his second tier sheet. Okay. Miranda was the board member. Alright. I'm sorry, the program manager. These were the board members. Yada yada. Sex assault 2001. Yada. Now, this one they say he requires SORNA registration. And that's because of this. You notice here, he did not require it. But when they sent that I-72 to get more info, the info that was sent caused them now to state that he does require registration. And basically what happened was, amongst other things, they sent the police report, which, again, this is not legal advice. We're only telling you what we do to get cases clear. This is only a portion of it. You guys are free to do whatever you want on your own cases. But I'm going to make sure that our people still get the benefit of having the 98 to 99% success rate. So on the police report that they sent, which is a big mistake, there's some things on there that were not in his favor. So that info they used against him to now state he required the SORNA registration, put him in tier 3. But it's interesting, he did not have to see the panel physician. If you go back up here, where is it? Same thing, he did not have to see the doctor. Now, there's one more here. Yeah, so he had a tier 3 denial. The last sheet, same thing, different board members, different manager. Sex assault, same thing, prohibition, tier 3 denial, see police report. Yada yada. Waiver decision. Waiver decision if approved. What they do in some sex assault offenses, when they approve your waiver, or really any waiver, I guess for that matter, they put down certain conditions. And I've seen people that have waivers for sex assault. They've been required to report into the local police of each city they have to enter, or they visit when they cross the border. And I'm just looking at something here. Where is it? 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 Well, anyway. Okay, so it won't let me change. Anyway, so bottom line is at US Entry Waiver Services.com, this is basically the analyses that we use to adjudicate all cases that we process. So we like to focus on the complex cases, since the complex cases we can charge more for them, and we clearly excel in that area. So again, this is for Mr. Joint, and hopefully this video was of some benefit. And while we do that, I gotta try to figure out how to end the thing, because like I said, the software